as well, and will feature a CEO roundtable where senior executives from global technology and industry firms will be discussing investment, research collaboration, supply chains and deployment of AI systems. Joining me now in this discussion is Gaurav Vats, who is a cybersecurity expert, and he joins us from New Delhi. Gaurav, thanks very much for joining me in this discussion. Firstly, this is really a very significant summit that India is initiating in the global south. What really is the significance of India hosting this summit, New Delhi being the epicenter where all these world leaders are coming in? How is, what kind of role do you envisage for India as the connector for all these AI advancements?
It's very, it's
I apologize for those audio issues. Please do go on. Alright, viewers, we're trying to fix that connection with my guest there. Gaurav Vats is there with us. But those are the visuals that we are broadcasting from Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi, all lit up to host the AI Impact Summit. Gaurav, please do go on with your response.
Yeah, so right now when we consider AI as a main theme, so it is India's major role is not equally, it is basically India is also seen as the global leader. So the global countries like US, Australia, France, China, they also look out India as a major role in AI. Why? Because India is having abundance of data. When we talk about AI is primarily related to the data which around the globe, India is the king. As you may have noticed, we had already launched UPI, which has been a major success. Countries like France has requested, and other countries too has requested India to launch this kind of technology with them. So India is having abundance of data with already in place, wherein we are the major icebreakers for AI to be launched successfully. So we are already on the competitive edge across the globe.
All right, sure. What can really India gain, not just India, but the global south from this summit as far as the outcomes are concerned? We've already seen that announcement from Sundar Pichai about undersea cables that will be subsea cables that will be connecting countries from the global south.
See, it is primarily their requirement. Why? Because there are a lot of data. When we talk about AI, there has to be the data needs to be traversed from point A to point B, right? So when we talk about the data, there should be zero latency. So if you talk about the internet bandwidth kind of thing, then majority of the data that flow from point A to point B or any places to interconnected places, so it is majorly travels through the undersea cables, right? So these cables are thick fiber optic cables with which all these data transmission happens. Via satellite, the data transmission is always slow. So that's a major reason why we are looking at as an optimistic step towards AI, not only for India, for the entire globe. In fact, other countries will take much more benefit due to the presence of the majority of the data that we already have. When we compare ourselves to the major nations like US, Australia, so India is not lagging behind. In fact, they are dependent upon India because they require data with which AI can play its significance game. Yeah.
Lieutenant Colonel Himanshi Singh is also there with me in the discussion. Colonel Singh, thanks very much for joining us. Now, Kenya has also issued a statement that says India can source lithium from Kenya if required. How important is this We really know the industrial use of lithium in chips and batteries. How crucial is this exchange going to be?
Good evening, Kriti. See, in today's time, anyone who controls the rare earth minerals control the entire world. And we know how China itself has created the monopoly in this field. So when we get offers like this, I think that makes, first of all, diplomatically that we are having good relationship with the countries. Secondly, it is recognizing our power in the field of making chips. Otherwise, we see that this China is actually controlling the world and the way things are moving. And we need to have our supply chains in when it comes to minerals, because everything, right from your telephone to your mobile phone to your laptop to your missiles, everything is controlled by the nanochips. So I think we need to understand the dynamics, and when countries from South Africa, they come forward, first of all, they are also showing they are keen to develop. So somewhere the multilateralism India is now proposing to the world comes into picture. Moreover, the military power and the technological might somewhere enforced in the world. Kriti.
All right, sure. All right, viewers. Okay, I would take another question from Mr. Watts, who continues to stay with us. Mr. Watts, really, we're talking about Kenya looking to foster relations with India. Emmanuel Macron has, of course, also met with Prime Minister Modi, and they've issued joint statements. France is also now recognizing the importance of India, and it's not just France. Of course, we've seen the trade deal with the European Union that has been struck. But now India will be working with France closely to strengthen defense in other areas as far as cooperation is concerned. How much really can either country gain from this enhanced partnership and cooperation?
See, as I already told you, that India is not the only looking after these AI kind of partnerships. In fact, India is right now considered as a need of the time, need of the hour, right? Just because we have the majority of users, digital users, right? And all these countries in today's world, if we consider India, India is already on number 3 rank in terms of AI competitiveness, and the number 2 in case of scalability of the users. So when we consider all these other countries, whether it is Kenya or France, all these are dependent upon these technology, and whomsoever is dependent upon AI as in technology, India leads. And the main thing wherein India is basically India is surpassing all these countries is the kind of user base, right? India is already having a very strong geopolitical presence. So if we consider AI as an main field, so India is geopolitically very sensitive region to consider. So whether it is US or a country like China, they have to be dependent upon India, and they have in the case they have to be successful. So that's a major reason why all these countries are looking India as in their partner. Yeah.
All right, thanks very much, Mr. Watts. Finally, I would also want to come back to Lieutenant Colonel Radat Singh, who continues to stay with us. What do you think, or what are your expectations of the likely outcome that you would like from this 5-day, in fact 6 days now, it's been extended by a day?
See, the response has been humongous. So I think what the amount of money which has poured way 100 CEOs have participated, and the way things are moving, I think it will enhance the economic impact, jobs, industrial transformation, and I think we would also see beyond how AI can impact world. So the AI models, how they are, transparent by designs, and how they can be used and integrated in the defense system. See, national security and military AI is also important. So we have to understand that where the red lines can be drawn, what should be the lethal AI systems, and how we can modify them to have human oversight. So I think there are potential questions. It's not about the algorithm, it is about the power. And Global Summit will definitely address these powers. It's not about just coming and pouring the money. It is also about, the fundamental questions remain, that who will govern the intelligence and when the intelligence becomes autonomous. So AI is not neutral. See, the data which is being fed, it is actually kind of using it to process and give you the answers. So it reflects the value of who builds it. So first of all, it also shows the intention of people who are controlling the AI. So there are some questions which are very relevant, and I think people will have answers, because if democratic societies, they control AI, the standards will be something else. But when we are entering into the era of algorithm geopolitics, the answer remains very, very different. So I think the summit must go beyond the competition, and we must understand the AI concentration of power, where it is going to be, because it is still with handful of corporation and corporates. So the control must be, there to understand the risk. Secondly, military escalation. So autonomous systems are being built, but somewhere the human judgment must be there. Then the economic disruptions. AI, if it is entering the labor market, we are seeing how many people are just laying off. So we have to understand how the employment can be generated for such people. Then ethical governance comes into it, because when we build machines which are intelligent than human, then who is going to regulate those machines? So the choices have to be made post this summit, that how and when we are going to answer the questions which I have just discussed.
All
Kriti.
right, thanks very much. In fact, viewers, we're now joined by our correspondent Thomas Pottis, who's on the ground covering the summit live from Bharat Mandapam. Tom, talk to us about the leaders who are arriving there. All right, viewers, I'm told my colleague has not yet been patched with us, but those are the visuals from the Bharat Mandapam, where our leaders from 15 nations are arriving and are being greeted by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. We'll shortly go across to my colleague who's there to get us more details on this, but the enormity and the scale of the summit is evident. The pictures are speaking for themselves, and several details are coming in. In fact, we've also just told you the statements that's coming in from the government of Kenya, which has welcomed India to source lithium from its country. Then Dr. Abdul Rahman Habib, the Center Director at the International Center for AI Research and Ethics, is also seeing the India AI 2026 Summit and the impact of it as an exceptional platform to engage with diverse perspectives and ideas from around the world. Alexis WAI Robo from Adverb Company was also one of the key exhibitions during the summit, which was of course drawn appreciation from the PMO of India. IT Secretary S. Krishnan is saying the exhibitors could display items. Also there, Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva has already arrived. He is in attendance of this India AI Impact Summit. Let's also then tell you other details that are coming in. In fact, before we go on to that, let's also tell all of viewers who are interested in attending the summit. It's been extended by a day till February 21 amid the massive public turnout that it has seen. Then, of course, Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav has been praising the AI innovations while addressing concerns at AI Impact Summit. In fact, Professor of Galgotia's University is also trying to clarify the Chinese robo-dog controversy that became a highlight from this event. Those are also the latest. Seychelles Vice President Sebastian Pillay has arrived in India for Global AI Impact Summit once again. Mauritius Prime Minister Dr. Naveen Chandra Ramgoolam is also there in this summit. We've of course seen tech giants Sundar Pichai of course, at the summit, who is in attendance along with Sam Altman, Qualcomm CEO, and other leaders from the tech industry who are going to be joining. In fact, they are joining the India AI Impact Summit, the first of a kind summit being held by a country in the global south. As of now, Prime Minister Modi is welcoming the global leaders at this AI Impact Summit in Delhi. It's powered by the strength of 1.4 billion people, and India stands at the forefront of the AI transformation. That's the statement that also was made by Narendra Modi, the Indian Prime Minister. The summit, let's remind you viewers, is themed at Sarvajan Hitaya, Sarvajan Sukhaya, welfare of all, happiness for all. And it's reflecting India's commitment to harnessing artificial intelligence for human-centric progress and inclusive development.